because we are going to have a beautiful master course which is international law and basically covering international law and diplomacy, and I would really like to give a comprehensive overview about the course, which will lead to all the Indonesian universities and the global students who really wanted to study international law and diplomacy.
For giving us such a comprehensive overview of the S2 Magister program, that Magister Hukum with specialization in law and diplomacy that Nusa Putra University is going to offer very soon. In addition to handling your roles as an assistant professor at the Department of Law, you are also the deputy head of the university office responsible for internationalization. Can you please tell us something about the international initiatives that Nusa Putra University is taking presently and how they dovetail into the objective of Nusa Putra University to be a global campus with world-class education? Salam Namaste and welcome to another edition of the Genusian podcast, where we bring you the latest events, news and the most happening people at Nusa Putra University. Today, I'm very glad to introduce my compatriot and my colleague, Dr. Sarita Nandmehar, who joins us from the Department of Law. Dr. Nandmehar is presently the Deputy Head of the University Office for Internationalization and an Assistant Professor in the Department of Law at Nusa Putra University. Dr. Nandmehar has done her Bachelor's with Honours from Delhi University, her Master's with High Honours from Delhi University, a Master of Philosophy from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, and her PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University. She is a specialist of women's studies and legal matters related to women, especially international organization and women. It's indeed my proud privilege to welcome Dr. Sarita Nandmehar. Welcome Dr. Nandmehar to the Genusian podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Dr. Nandmehar, you have been at Indonesia since last 7 years and you have had a work experience since last almost 8 years working in different universities in India like Delhi University, like Amity University, and later you were a lecturer at Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang and Universitas Yogyakarta. How do you feel presently at Nusa Putra University in Sukabumi?
I'm having a great experience here. But before I begin, I want to share my experience in Indonesia. My journey started in 2019 where I explored Malang in East Java. From there, I went to experience Yogyakarta, Jakarta, Bali, and many islands, small islands in Indonesia. Each place offers a very unique memories with different dialect, culture, and way of life. And the environment which always leads me to explore more and more about Indonesia. And it's been more than 5 years, I would say, working in Indonesia, visiting and exploring.
That's very nice to know. Dr. Nandmehar, you are here and presently you are heading two responsibilities in the administration. You are the Deputy Head of the University Office responsible for internationalization, and you are also in the Faculty of Law, where you are in charge of the, where you are going to be teacher in the postgraduate program in international, in the S2 Magister Hukum course. So I just wanted to ask you about your experiences with the students here, what you think about the students at Nusa Putra University.
So, thank you so much for asking me that question, because we are going to have a beautiful master course which is international law and basically covering international law and diplomacy, and I would really like to give a comprehensive overview about the course, which will lead to all the Indonesian universities and the global students who really wanted to study international law and diplomacy. As you know, the course is this course is going to provide you an interdisciplinary degree which is designed to prepare students with the knowledge and skills to navigate the complex interplay of international legal system, global politics and diplomatic relations. And this program prepares the graduate to address the pressing global issues. As you can see in all around the world, every single unit whether it is diplomatic relations, bilateral relations, foreign relations, international organizations. They are going to discuss on the climate issue. And we also having a very important issue in Baku, COP, which is actually happening and designed for the climate changes. So that course is also will deal with that. Plus, it will also deal with the international conflicts and contribution to develop the international norms and policies. And the program is basically focusing on the three main pillars, which is international law, which will provide a deep understanding of the rules, treaties, frameworks, and the governor and state interactions, plus the human rights, trade, environment, and of course the conflict resolutions. Second most important pillar will be this diplomacy, where we will teach and train our students with the training in negotiation, mediation, and how the diplomatic protocol effectively manage the international and intergovernmental organization, plus the non-governmental organizations who are basically focusing on the human rights and the sustainable development goals through the idea of diplomacy within the states and the countries. Third is the very most important pillar, which is the interdisciplinary perspective. What it will deal? It will deal with the international political science subject, and also give the idea of the economy, international relations, and especially the cultural studies to ensure a holistic grasp of global dynamics. And this curriculum is also structured to balance the theoretical foundation with practical applications, where again the global governance and institution, where our student will study the role of entities like United Nations, World Trade Organization, and International Criminal Courts. And of course, when we discuss about such courses, the question comes in mind, like what will be the outcome of this course when our students will join from the global areas. So definitely the students will acquire the advanced knowledge of international legal principles and their applications, develop the proficiency in diplomatic techniques such as the negotiation and conflict resolution, and also to build the cultural competence for effective communication in diverse and multicultural settings. And what are the career objectives? Every single student asks about that, right, after enrolling themselves into the master courses. And I would like to say, mention here that the diplomats, especially in the master course, you can represent your nation in foreign affairs. And I would like to also mention, it will definitely help not just the global community but all the Indonesian students who will enroll and study our best structured course, and also advocating for the clients in international courts, for advancing the multinational cooperation, and policy analyst, which crafts these strategies for governments and the think tanks. And of course, there always a scope in teachings where their academic comes. So teaching and research in universities and global institutions. So yes, I would like to mention again that this course is not just an academic qualification but a pathway to becoming a global citizen, contributing meaningfully to the resolution of the world's most pressing challenges. This program embodies the spirit of cooperation, justice, diplomacy, and necessary for more equitable international order.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nandmehar, for giving us such a comprehensive overview of the S2 Magister program, that Magister Hukum with specialization in law and diplomacy, that Nusa Putra University is going to offer very soon to bridge the existing gap for preparing students who are well versed in international law and international diplomacy very soon at Sukabumi. And this course will of course be offered in English.
Yes, so the course will taught in English language, and I think Are all the Indonesian students here as well very excited to attend this course as well, and they really wanted to learn.
Yes.
So I can see the enthusiasm on their face when we reach into the classrooms with the graduation students.
Yes, and in fact, there is also a component wherein the students will also have to learn some additional United Nations or other languages in order to make them competent diplomatic professionals after they finish the S2 Magister Hukum in Law and Diplomacy, for which Nusa Putra University is sourcing some of the best diplomats, teachers from across the world. Dr. Nandmehar, I wanted to just ask you, you have been at Nusa Putra University, and Nusa Putra University is one of the most diverse campuses at Indonesia presently. So I wanted to ask you about your experiences with the students, what do you feel about the students, and if there are any difficulties that you have faced with the students here at Nusa Putra, given your vast experience earlier at Malang and Yogyakarta. Thank you.
So yes, I think only there is one small barrier, which is language, because the course is of course in teaching in English languages and interacting with the students in English language. But I would say definitely they are very excited even to interact and learn more, even in having the course in English languages, and even the interaction with our international professors, or we could say the foreign professors who are visiting and working in the university. My experience is so far is very beautiful, because it is a very healthy conversation we always have into the class. They ask me something and I definitely give the answer. Sometimes it's very funny also, because they're not able to understand, but again I try my best to explore and explain them. Second is, yes, definitely, as you mentioned, Sukabumi is such a beautiful island, and for me as well, I think Indonesia's most peaceful destination is Sukabumi, and you can explore the vibrant coral reef, the jungle trails and traditional villages as well, to showcase the local culture and hospitalities. And yes, I am enjoying my days living in Sukabumi, and of course the fresh seafood and the cultural, the Sudanese culture, because every Indonesian island they have different culture, ethnicity and dialect. So that is also giving me a beautiful experience with mix of so many thoughts, different culture, food. With the students, I would like to mention here, with the students we explore everything, and we again while having even international communication with them on any global issue, they give examples from their own community and from their own societies, from our culture, and we also have a very comprehensive background about that particular topic, so which leads me again to teach them, to experience what they are doing, what they are facing, in which way, or how I can help them. Second, again, as you mentioned that I have experience with the Malang universities as well. There also, I think that was my first experience teaching in Indonesia, but still that program gave me understanding how to present or how to explore the students' mindsets, how to teach them, how to lead into the competition, how to lead into the competition where students can represent themselves. It's because sometimes I have seen their little hesitation, especially into the girls, Indonesian girls, where they feel little hesitation in going way forward to showing their ideas, representing their ideas. So yes, I'm also learning, they are also learning, so we are making a good time here and we are enjoying even throughout the study program. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nandmehar. Indeed, English language can be a little barrier, but the enthusiasm of the students and the facilities at Nusa Putra University, especially for free training that is offered to students to learn English, to make them global professionals, still exists. And Dr. Nandmehar, you are, in addition to handling your roles as an assistant professor at the Department of Law, you are also the deputy head of the university office responsible for internationalization. Can you please tell us something about the international initiatives that Nusa Putra University is taking presently and how they dovetail into the objective of Nusa Putra University to be a global campus with world-class education?
Yeah. So thank you for asking me that, because as a representative now, we have many options to explore the Indonesian culture and giving the global experience to the student, not just the Indonesian student, but also we are having a very multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-relate, with the full of diversity. We are having the student community over here from every corner, from Europe, from Africa, from France, and every single country we are having the students here. In that case, I would like to mention one important course, that is the Study Indonesia program. And this program, SIP, we call it in a simple word here.
Acronym,
Acronym. This SIP course, they offer especially to the international students a unique opportunity to immerse themselves in Indonesian culture and society while studying in Sukabumi. And this course, of course, is for 6 months. You can say for 1 semester here, but as per their own condition we can adjust. And the students, the international student, they participate and engage with a comprehensive curriculum which this program is covering, with the aspect of Indonesia, including its history, culture, politics, language, art, and other Southeast Asian contexts, which encompassing the economy and the business. And this program is conducted in English language, I would definitely mention here, and include the various components such as the internship, student exchanges, and staff and lecture exchanges to enhance the students' learning to have a great experience. And this program is ideal for those who planning to live or study in Indonesia and any region of the Indonesian region, as it not only enrich the knowledge but also prepare participation for the Asian free trade market, fostering the cross-cultural understanding and global competency. With a blend of academic study and cultural exploration, this SIP course will provide a transformative experience for any student who want to seek and deepen their understanding for Indonesian and Southeast Asian students community. So I would like to also explain a little comprehensive overview about the program. So as I mentioned, this is a 6 months program. The location will be definitely Sukabumi, but as we will work around the corner of Indonesia, taking students to explore the historical monuments and of course the temples and the enriching history of Indonesia. All the international student community can join this program because the key component, which is the Indonesian history, ethnology and culture, politics, what is the education, a different kind of education background, the languages, because we as you also mentioned, we have a different language centers here to study as well, and especially because you are in Sukabumi, the Sudanese arts. We will definitely explore through this program the dance, the music of Sudanese culture, and Southeast Asian economy and business. Now, what is the objective of this program? This program will again give you a comprehensive understanding of Indonesia, preparing the student for engagement with the Southeast Asian region, the cultural immersion, preparation for Asian free trade market, and of course opportunity to develop the cross cultural competencies. And the program offers a holistic educational experience that combines the academic learning with cultural exploration, making it an attractive option for international students and interestingly in Indonesian borders with the Southeast Asian region. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's indeed it's a pleasure to have you here with your enthusiasm for the Study Indonesia program and your plans for the Magister Hukum with specialization in law and diplomacy that you are also a teaching faculty in. I'm sure that Nusa Putra University will see new heights. I thank you for coming on this podcast, and thank you very much. I hope we'll have you soon again.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us this week at the Genusian podcast. In fact, as mentioned by Dr. Nandmehar, Nusa Putra University strives to bring global level education for students at Nusa Putra University. We'll meet you next week again with another edition of Nusa Putra podcast. Till then, salam namaste.